Hello there everybody, my name is Wattles and welcome back to my Minecraft Basics series. The series where I go through some basic concepts, some basic mechanics, some basic stuff about this game. But first, how are you doing today? Are you doing good? I hope you are. Today's episode will be about finding the end. Last episode I said it would be about the dragon fight and stuff, but I think we're going to do that next episode instead. Today we'll talk about how to prepare for that fight, how to find it, all of that kind of stuff. So if you enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on it, it helps me out, or make sure you subscribe. That really helps me out. Also, if you're looking for live streams, I stream over on Twitch, link in the description. Let's go over to the basics world and get into this episode. And here we are in the basics world. We have three main parts, or really two main parts of today's video. We're going to talk about finding the end and how to get to it basically, and then what you need to prepare for the fight in the end, what you should definitely take and what you should maybe take to the end. So, to find the end, this isn't usually an easy thing, it's time consuming, but what you're looking for is an Eye of Ender. You have to find the end portal. There's a few of those in your world, and basically the Eye of Ender will lead you there. If you throw it up in the air, then you gotta look where it goes, so they're going over there. Basically, you want to keep running like that. Now, we'll get into that in just a minute. What I recommend is getting at least 16 Eye of Ender, and then keep in mind you're gonna need a maximum of 12 Eye of Enders to fill the end portal. The end portal can generate with some Eye of Enders in them already, but have at least 12 set aside for that, and then at least like 16 for hunting. I like to go with 16 plus 12 for all of this, just so I'm sure that I have enough, but if you're running short on supplies, you can make do with less. No rain in today's episode, just nighttime. So before we go and find the end and all of that, you should gather your stuff. At this point in the game, you should have farms, you should have a lot of food, you should have some good equipment. The items that you definitely need to take to the end with you. You need a good set of armor. Now, I didn't throw any enchantments on this armor. I really recommend enchantments like blast protection or just protection and stuff that will help you out. On your boots, you really do want to have feather falling, because during the dragon fight, you can get flung way far up into the air. So make sure you have feather falling on your boots, and then overall a well-rounded set of armor. That is very important for this fight. Also, I do recommend diamond armor, but if you don't have diamond, go with iron and get some really good enchantments on that set of armor. If you're worried about falling into the void, maybe have a backup set of armor on hand as well. The sword. You need a dragon slaying sword. So what I have on my sword, sharpness 4, knockback 2, looting 3, sweeping edge 3, and unbreaking 3. That's a sword that I would really recommend to fight the dragon with. Now, you don't really need all of these enchantments, of course. You don't need any enchantments, but this is the sword that I would try and build. I would get the looting on the sword so I can get ender pearls from the enderman in the end. I would definitely recommend to avoid at all costs any kind of flame or fire enchantments on your weapon. That will be annoying to fight the enderman with. I guess I spoke a little too soon about the rain, but you have your sword, you need your bow as well. The bow is going to do the grunt, the most of the work here, but what you need is power 5, punch 2, infinity, unbreaking 3. Now, of course, again, this comes down to you. You don't need these enchantments, you put whatever you want on it. But this is a standard bow that I would recommend to fight the dragon with. You could, of course, throw mending on either of these tools, but these are more basic enchantments that you could get from a normal enchantment table. Infinity is really important in this instance because you're going to use a lot of arrows when you go, so make sure you have arrows. If you have infinity, you won't use a lot of arrows. I recommend having a speedy pickaxe to mine obsidian. You never know what you got to do, so efficiency 5 if possible on a diamond pickaxe, then a water bucket because that will soften your landings, and have a lot of food with you, and then a lot of extra blocks. Don't have 3 extra blocks, have like 3 stacks of extra blocks, just in case. I definitely don't recommend taking a bunch of unnecessary stuff to the end, but there is some stuff that you might want to take with you as well. You might want to take some glass bottles to get some of that dragon's breath potion effect thing that he shoots at you. You can pick it up with a glass bottle, so maybe have that in mind. Maybe you want a pumpkin helmet. If you wear a pumpkin, you will not trigger the Enderman. You can stare at them all you want and they don't get mad at you. So if you are worried about Enderman, maybe a pumpkin helmet, but if you have a good set of diamond armor that's enchanted, the Endermen aren't that scary. And then a bed. Now, you're not going to sleep in the end. Don't try it. You want to sleep before you go into the end, in case you die, so you can go right back into the portal. So sleep near your portal. With all of that out of the way, let's go and find the end. So get all of your stuff ready. Get your 28 or so pearls. Again, that's a really high number. You shouldn't ever run out if you get that many pearls, but you don't need that many. So get your pearls, and you want to start by throwing it. Now, it's going to go up into the air, and keep your eyes on it. It's going to fall back to the ground. What you want to do is hurry, go pick that up, and then run, I say, about at least 150 blocks in that direction. So my pearl went up into the air, so I will run about 150, maybe 250, depending on how many pearls I have, blocks in one direction. Then you want to throw it up in the air again once you feel like you've gone a long ways. Okay, I feel like I've gone a long ways, so throw the pearl up in the air, and it's still going this way. So go hop down, grab that pearl, and continue running in that direction. Now, this is going to be a really time-consuming thing, so be ready for an adventure. Bring a bed with you so you don't hit nighttime and have the struggle of the bad monsters at nighttime. But something that could happen occasionally, and I haven't had the bad luck to have it happen yet, but a pearl can break. So instead of falling, it'll go up into the air and then just break. It is relatively common. I don't remember the exact percentage of times that it happens, but that's why you would want to have more than enough pearls, because if you have to go really far, you might lose a few when you're exploring. And there you go. That is what happens when you lose a pearl. That is semi-common, and it's unfortunate, but it's okay if you have more than enough pearls. A little cheat, if you're in a creative world, what you can do is /locate, and this is on Java edition, of course, /locate, and then if you just hit tab, you'll scroll through the different things so you can find the stronghold, and it'll tell you the approximate coordinates. So that's where I would need to go. Okay, so I've run pretty far, and now it's going back the other way. Once that starts to happen, start running back in the direction you came from, but don't run too far. Now, once the pearl starts going backwards, that means you passed the fort. That is good. What you want to do is turn around and start throwing pearls very conservatively, but more often than before. And as you can see, the pearl goes above the ground and then just kind of breaks over here. This keeps happening to me. If the pearl is just going into the ground like it is going here, that means that we have found the stronghold. What you want to do once you have found the stronghold, or once the pearl basically stops going anywhere, is you want to start staircasing downwards. I recommend doing a little bit of a spiral staircase going down, because the pearl gets pretty much right over the stronghold. So if you didn't do a spiral staircase, you're going to get pretty far off of the stronghold. So I say go like 5 long, and dig down like I'm doing here. And eventually you should hit stone brick. That means you found the stronghold. Now the fun part begins. You get to explore the stronghold. You'll get an achievement, but you're looking for a portal room. Now these are a little bit of big mazes, so what I recommend is knock out iron doors, dig them out once you've gone there, and do torches on the floor everywhere that you've gone, because like I said, it's a maze. You don't want to get lost. It makes it more difficult. Now I found the portal room. Actually, that was really easy for me. Now we have 1 Eye of Ender in the portal. That means we would need 11 more. So throw those in to the portal and you will kind of like turn on the portal. Now, don't jump in yet. You have a silverfish spawner here. You can break it, you can keep it, do whatever you want with it. But what I recommend is in the area before the portal room. So definitely not this hallway for me, but maybe up here, this hallway. It's a lot safer. Throw your bed, throw your chest with your backup stuff. Make an infinite water source in here with a water bucket and a water bucket. Basically set up a mini base camp. The reason you want to set up this little base camp in here is because if you die and you need to grab maybe extra pumpkins or extra food or something and run back in. Now, you also want to do this close to the portal because you do have a limited amount of time once you get into the end, and it's just a lot less tedious, especially if you're dying multiple times, to have to run through a whole end fort. If you want, maybe make a staircase up to the surface from here. The staircase could just be a straight one, it's pretty easy, but that's about it. just get yourself nice and ready to fight the dragon. Make sure you got all of your stuff that I talked about earlier in the video, and then make sure you come back for next episode. We will go over how to fight the dragon, some techniques to use to make you not die. I have personally fought the dragon many times, and usually on hard difficulty, and I really don't die a lot, and I'm not all that good at PvP or PvE either. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you found it useful. Let me know if you did, with any thoughts down in the comments below, or with a like and subscribe if you have not already. My name is Wattles. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.